Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast, a select man's broadcast. Now, what is a select man's broadcast? And you know what? One of the things I wanted to really start doing is getting deeper. I kind of started talking about that last week, but just getting deeper into what's going on. Now, what's the broadcast? It's really literally the signals that you're sending out to the women in your environment. And that signal is more than what you're saying. Part of your broadcast, that could be a part of it, but it's also the visual, it's also your facial expressions, it's also your body language. Like, for example, I remember years ago, there was a dude, he was a decent type of cat, but he had problems with women, but he would always call them bitch and always talk about them. And I said, well, if you want to change how you coming across to them and having a trouble, you got to change your broadcast with them. And he was like, broadcast? I said, yeah. Okay, there's no women involved now, and you see him as bitches. And I heard him talk to women before and seen him talk to women before, but they weren't turned on by him because I said, you giving that broadcast, even if you're not saying anything. See, understand something. Communication is not just what's coming out your mouth. Let me say that again. Communication is not just what's coming out your mouth. Verbal communication is at best maybe 8% of your message when you're speaking to somebody, especially a woman. See, understand something about women. Yes, they listening to your words, but they're also looking at your body language. Men do it to the same, not to the same extent, but do it as well. Just not to the same extent that a woman would do it, So the broadcast, what's he broadcasting? Your broadcast is the other 92%. What are you communicating when you're walking? Like, there's a local store I go to. And I mentioned this dude. There's a white dude in there that I know is on some racist shit. And I just saw him a little bit ago. I was walking in and he was walking past. He didn't say anything, but he gave me a look. Now, he didn't say anything. And the times I used to say something when he was working at a counter in there, it was still, his language, his broadcast didn't match what he was actually saying. But the broadcast he gave was somewhat of a look of disdain. But then I probably gave a broadcast like I would beat the shit out of you right here. So everybody just walked by. But your broadcast is your nonverbal language, your behavior, and everything like that. One of the things that a select man, if you're a select man, you gotta walk confidently. You can't be walked slouched over with your head down or slow or intrepid. When you walk, you giving a broadcast like you got power. You got power. You walking with power. You walking with confidence. You walking with authority. Like you run this shit. Like you about to run the world. Or you giving that walk like, a woman cannot possibly intimidate you. Like you would tear stuff up. Or like you not scared of the world or you not intimidated. That's a broadcast. Like part of the broadcast too is that, you good with women. You actually like women. See, a lot of guys, I'm going to tell you what, a lot of dudes, and I've actually heard multiple women say this going back years. They will look at a guy. He ain't say anything to him or sometimes they say something and they say, he's harsh or he's this or that. Right? And somebody will say, well, he ain't say he was that or something. It's like the woman's looking at the energy. The woman is feeling the energy. Because if you got disdain for somebody, it's still going, regardless of what you say, it's going to come off in your facial language, your body posture, and everything. Like I said, just with that racist dude. His whole body, everything, his look and body posture, really, it really put me in a state of, okay, I will beat the shit out. Like I said, I ain't joking. Because usually the body energy I broadcast, depending on where I'm going, I broadcast different energy. Now, if I'm walking in a place where it seems like it might be some hostility, well, I'm doing, I'm walking in there like I'm ready, like a murder walk. Like, yes, I will. I will like body slam your ass. But then if I'm walking in a more peaceful environment, you could feel something different. You giving a different broadcast. In fact, men should be able to feel this from women. Like, I remember, I just thought about like a time, it was in DC years ago. I went into, it was a shop on Georgia Avenue. It was run by Muslims, and they had Muslim sisters in there. Now, they didn't give off a rough broadcast or like some contentious broadcast like, unfortunately, some sisters can do. It was extremely peaceful. I went in there. I didn't even want to leave. But that was their broadcast. They were talking. Yeah, had words like, how you doing today, brother? What do you need? And that was cool. But the thing was the energy that they were giving off. So one of the things, a lot of guys, if you like a lot of men, well, first of all, the select men, try to like talk to some friends. Because the average select man, the average man anyway, or woman isn't unaware of the energy that they give off. Like I know a woman now who used to be considered real sexy, used to move. She used to actually move in a certain way. And I've seen a deterioration over the years. Because I was like, you don't even move the same like you used to. You used to move with just such verve and excitement. Now it's like a very hesitant way that she moves. But that's because of a lot of other stuff with her. Now I ain't gonna get a person's name or anything, but that's the broadcast she's giving. Like if for the select men listening, ask a woman if you notice that you're getting a lot of attention from women or something. If you can find some who gonna actually talk to you, they'll tell you. You say, oh yeah, you just real confident, or you real cool, or you real relaxed. Something, And for the non-select guys out there, if you notice that you keep having trouble with women and all of that, think about your body language. Think about your facial expressions. What kind of energy you giving off? Like you get some select men who are players. Let me just be clear on that. All select men ain't players. They have the ability to be so, but like I've said several times before, some select men, because of religion, social class, whatever, how they were raised, whatever, they just want a one quality woman and they good. But, one thing I've noticed about the select men who are players, they give a real cool vibe. Like they smiling, laughing, even if it's a fucked up situation, they smiling, and just that smile, just that energy has an effect on women because it relaxes them. If you that type of guy who goes into a situation, you just smiling, you cool, trust me, that relaxes the fuck out of women. That gives a broadcast like, you know what, you cool with me, I ain't in trouble. But I've noticed this with a lot of guys who have trouble with women. The broadcast that they giving to the woman is like, I hate your guts, you a bitch, you a hoe, something like that. And women pick up on it, And a lot of times it's just changing, and the key to it all is just changing your attitude, just period. It's not even about the women. It's not even about the women. It's just life in general. Just trying to see the positive in life, just going through life like, you know what, I got this. Yeah, there's some fucked up shit, but it can't fuck with me. It's a confidence, Like I say for myself, I've had several women tell me, Rom, you give off a cocky confidence to you. And I was like, shit, I don't be saying anything like that, but I say that's the broadcast I'm giving, like I can handle whatever. It is what it is. But that's the broadcast. And men really need to look into that. What kind of subliminal messages are you sending to the women around you? And then if you can get a decent idea of what it is, and then if you have some issues with it, then mentally you can start changing it. Mentally. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and many blessings.